Am I the a-hole for not being upset that my friend's dog could die because of me? I was hosting this big garden party over the weekend. I invited my entire friend group plus their partners. One of my friends takes her dog everywhere. Seriously, everywhere. But I told her in advance no pets were allowed. Even though it was a garden party, we were in and out of my home and I have 4 cats. My cats do not like dogs, and honestly neither do I. My friend showed up with her dog. I told her again, her dog was not welcome in my home or my garden. I asked her politely to please take her dog home or, somewhere else. I thought she left. I went inside to sort some things out. About 15 minutes later, I wander back into my garden and there she is. Standing in my garden, just chatting with our friends. She doesn't even live that close, so I was honestly confused. I go up to ask her how she got back so quickly, and she tells me she just popped in and was leaving since her dog isn't welcome. So, naturally, I ask her where her dog is. She literally shrugs and says he's around. I start looking, and of course I find her dog at the bottom of the garden. He's eating my crops and making a huge mess. I was angry and I told my friend to get her dog off my property. A few hours later she calls me and asks what her dog ate. I have no clue. My gardener plants and takes care of everything. I tell her I don't know, but I do mention that her dog made a huge mess, dug things up, and clearly ate some stuff. She starts shouting at me that her dog is sick and that I need to find out what he ate. I told her I had no idea, but I'd text my gardener and ask. But honestly, it felt like her problem. I did send the text, but my gardener didn't answer right away. My friend called again, wanting to know what her dog ate, but I still didn't have an answer. She tells me I obviously don't care if her dog dies and calls me an a-hole. I still don't know what her dog ate, but apparently he is very sick and might die. I feel bad, I do, but I told her not to bring her dog on my property, so I really don't feel responsible, even though she says I am. AITA? So, after being unable to reach my gardener, I took pictures of everything the dog dug up, which was a lot, and sent them to my friend. But I have no idea what he ate versus what he just dug up, and honestly, what he ate might not even be in those pictures because the whole section was a mess. This wasn't good enough for her. She wanted me to tell her exactly what he ate and I just didn't know. I didn't want to spend hours trying to figure it out when I wasn't even sure if it was possible. Also, for the record, my cats are house cats. They don't go in my garden and aren't at risk of getting sick from whatever my gardener is growing. My garden is huge, and what's growing changes all the time, so no, I don't keep track of what's planted. Update. I blocked my ex-friend after dozens of nasty calls and texts, but I got an update from a mutual friend. The dog is at the dog hospital. He's pretty sick, but is expected to make a full recovery. Eventually, I managed to contact my gardener. Looks like the dog ate some potatoes or something. A lot was destroyed, so even my gardener isn't 100% sure what was eaten. But he thinks maybe the pesticides were the real problem. All the info from my gardener was passed on to my ex-friend. And guess what? My ex-friend has seen this post and is very angry about it. So everyone say hi to Suzanne. So what do you think? Am I the a-hole? For more Reddit stories, hit that subscribe button.